Welcome everybody to another Irish Collegiate Esport Counter-Strike Winter Tournament. I am Naspira, and with me today is Ro.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're keeping well.
Indeed, keeping well and safe. Tonight's game, as you can see, will be the UCD Leviathans versus the TU Dublin 8, specifically to UCD's C team and TUD's B team.
Should be an interesting game, this. Battle for middle of the table for Group B. So I think these teams both evenly matched. One team has 3 wins, 2 losses. One team has 2 wins, 3 losses. Anyone's game, I think, in this one might be a cheeky wee one to get going.
Yeah, TUD sitting on 9 points on our tournament scoreboard, and UCD sitting on 6. So really, this is a big game for UCD. They want to win. They want to hopefully win both maps to really get themselves in for to win the group. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the big one, like.
Exactly. Now, pardon my scribble while I very quickly write these down for reference later. We have our map vetoes coming in as we speak. UCD have decided to veto Dust 2. TUD gonna get rid of Inferno. Nuke is going to be removed by UCD, and finally TUD are going to veto out Train.
Interesting insta-ban there on Dust 2 and Inferno for UCD and TUD respectively. No, I haven't seen many Dust 2 games so far in this season. And then Inferno does seem to be quite a popular map to pick, so I wonder if TUD might have some sort of inside knowledge on what UCD likes to play. It will be interesting to see if that was picked specifically to target, because you would see maybe Train and Nuke picked more as an insta-ban, and they got picked later on. So we can see there as well, UCD picked Overpass and TUD picked Mirage.
Both, so UCD gonna take us to our first map, which will be Overpass. TUD wanting to start on the counter-terrorist side. And later on in map 2, we'll be heading over to Mirage, where UCD will start on the CT side, but we'll remind you about that later on when we come back after the second half. All right. As far as these teams go, like we saw this TUD team play a couple weeks ago, and they, like, as far as fraggers go on the TUD side, Big Old Doggo is going to be one to watch for anyone at home, and very much one for UCD to really shut down quickly, because, I mean, he got some fairly scary kills last time he was up on the ice stream.
Big Old Doggo, that's just a scary name in general, I think. Any team that would want to come up against that better watch themselves. So yeah, Overpass, first map. I really do like playing Overpass. It is probably one of my favorite maps at the minute. And you'll see it was UCD's pick, TD opting to choose for the more favorable side. CT side would be the one to go for there. So TUD will pick that, and if they get a good few rounds going, pistol round going especially, I can really see them getting sort of into a groove, get that economy going, and potentially win the half.
Yeah, exactly. Now we are just waiting a moment while everyone gets into the server and everyone gets comfortable. But as you say, yeah, Overpass is very. I do love to see a bit of Overpass, and CT side definitely very strong with the way the CTs can so quickly get from one side to another. Get from one side to another, get to rotates and react to bomb plants. It generally is, the CT's decision. Terrorists really have to commit if they're going to pick a side. So we're going to be looking for TUD to pick up most of their round wins on the first half of the game. So
yeah, and as you were just saying about the rotations, I feel Overpass is one of those maps where you can sort of use that rotation to your advantage. Usually you'll see teams playing 2 on A, 3 on B. Also, as a result of that, if there's more presence on B, one of the A players can fall back to maybe Heaven, still have that quick rotation if they really want. And as a result, they're able to get some quick rotations, maybe retake the site, or even push onto the site before the Ts are even able to finish executing. So they do have a lot of variation on that on the CT side. And then as well for the T side, you've got the sort of, I mean, it's a balance, the CTs get very quick rotations. As a result, the T's can also use those quick rotations. Also, long might be an option to send some players down and cause some players from B to maybe just back off a little onto the B site onto maybe heaven or something. And then just you can use that quick rotation from connector all the way onto B site and hopefully get a fairly empty bomb site.
I mean, the other thing you can do, which I haven't seen much, I haven't seen too much of personally lately, except for I forget whose Mirage game it was where it was fakes the entire way through. But because it's generally assumed that the turrets are going to have to commit to a site and they're kind of doomed once they start, you send 1 or 2 players one site, they make a bit of noise, and hopefully the CTs overcommit with those quick rotates, and hopefully that gives you a chance to get the bomb down, especially if you're going to plant default on A.
Yeah, there's definitely, as you said, a range of things you can do, whether it be faking or just straight up rushing. I know, the standard rush B is a fairly easy strat to do if you especially have some of the CT players maybe playing more aggressive and short, 2-man short push on B site, leaving only 1 player on the actual site. If you just rush B, get that first frag, and then shut off the players from short, you've basically got the B bomb site to yourself.
Alrighty. Now, we are ready to start the game. Light buy from the CT. Oh, I say light buy from the CT side. Just a couple armors, 1 flashbang over on the TUD side, and UCD opting for a full armor pistol buy for the first round. Big old doggo wasting absolutely no time and getting a triple down monster.
Oh my god.
He's got 4. He's got an ace.
What a way to start it.
Big old doggo. What the?
I mean, you pointed him out and he's delivered, so nice sort of funneled into the monster there for him to pick up 3 frags. Then T's were left between 2 players to pick against, and it was all up to big old doggo to get the frags.
This man is one to watch. I only regret that I wasn't watching him. As soon as the round started, me just got his teammate watching him just clean up the entire terrorist team. That's going to force UCD onto a full eco for the second round.
Sort of an interesting thing there. We had 2 players still on A. They didn't opt for that standard push up onto middle and wait for their peak if they don't see it rotate. And it was, it didn't really matter in the end because of that ace, but interesting if that is a strat that they like know to do, or if they just don't know about the usual like 1A 4B sort of setup. So that didn't come back to bite them in that stage, and Lovesy there saving basically everything bar his armor. He only had his UFP in that round, so he's able to buy an AWP, and that will prove to be very very big in maybe shutting down some of the early aggression here, as generally the guns will be better for UCD here.
The first gun round of the game, and it's actually on the 3rd round for once, as opposed to the the force buying and ecos we've been seeing an awful lot over the previous games.
Interesting bit of short and connector play here. Looks like Annex gonna go. Freno will take that frag from him. BPRG, the one to fall down there. He had an MP9, so not the most amount of money lost there. However, that is 1 life. 4 versus 5 now. TUD going to have to rotate some players up. You can see the big player, the big old doggo, the one to watch, as he's already made his name out to be, has rotated onto A site, and he's just going to help Lovesy here with that AWP, which also could prove very, very interesting if he can catch some players maybe in long. But as I say, that big old doggo just falls to a miss in gap in that smoke, and it's all down to Lovesy now to hold the site by himself. Missing that shoulder peek from Freno, and again he's just firing into bathroom. Nobody seems to be peeking him on the right angle, and Jumbobo will hit him there. Lovesy to fall now. 2 versus 5, make it a 1 versus 4, as it's just Sammy. P250 in hand, gets 1, but Freno there to trade him out.
A much better round from UCD. For a minute, I was starting to worry we were going to see a bit of a TUD takeover of the early game, but it's good to see UCD are able to kick back once they get the right gear in their hands.
Yeah, that's it's sort of an expected round there for UCD, to be honest. Very unfortunate though for
Ooh.
Luffy to not get any frags. Yeah, FPS drop seems to be the issue for this timeout here.
Yeah, a bit of a tech pause while we sort this out. This is a bit of a weird one.
Seem to be getting this on the Go TV side as well. In other news, my ping has dropped. Did have 90 ping for some reason, but it's dropped down to 30. But as a result, the FPS has now dropped.
That's looking like a rehost. We will just wait with the admins to confirm.
Unless 3 computers for UCD have just all simultaneously decided to crash there. Getting them back in the server now. So yeah, this round coming up will probably be one of the tighter rounds. Looks like, just based on the 3 players that have bought for TUD, they are going to buy back into this. AWP coming out there for Freno, and looks like people still aren't happy. The FPS does seem to be a little low just yet, but you know, in this round coming up, when it does get live, I would assume TUD gonna have just M4s, no AWP, maybe a scout, and then you know you've got your full utility there, full AKs and an op on the T side. If they get this round, they'll put the T's or the CTs on the backhand, and it'll be a good few rounds in the road there now for UCD if they get this.
There need to be a quick setup as the TUD players all leaving at the same time accidentally handed around to UCD. Now, the glories of not doing LANs. The future will be LANs, and we won't have any of these network issues. Okay, I am also just gonna I won't stop the stream. I will just very quickly throw a tech pause up while I too reconnect to the server. As anyone watching the stream will probably be able to see that even I am suffering the network problems.
2020 still getting these issues, eh?
Look. The magical day when all of these computer issues are gone will be a happy day for everyone.
Yeah, retry seems to have fixed my FPS, so I think that has solved the issue. They might just be waiting on the round to be reset there as TUD players disconnected and caused the UCD team to win around there. So just waiting on that to occur. Nice to see a little bit of chatting between the teams as well. Always welcome to get that.
It'll be just a reset. All right, so we're gonna have to do a quick reset. Well, at the same time, it's also lovely to see that these players are playing against each other, and it is a big game. If they want to get into the finals, this is a big game. This is going to be one that they need to win. But it's also nice to see that everyone's able to just, you know, take it easy. Stuff's gone wrong. We all need to fix it, so we're all going to have to sit down and relax for a bit. So
that's the way the cookie crumbles, eh?
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm just going to throw it to a tech pause. I'll put on some music for everybody so you're not staring at the match pause screen, and we'll be back with you as soon as we can with the continuation of round 3. Apologies and enjoy. All right, we're back now. We've traveled back in time and fixed the bug. It's now 2-1 as it was supposed to be to TUD on map 3. Or round 3. Map 3? Round 3. We're only doing 2 maps. What am I saying? Yeah, kind of as you said. M4 is for TUD though. Who was that? Geese and Lovesy gonna Grease, Lovesy and Sammy gonna grab FAMASs instead, probably so they can afford that armor and what little utility they can.
Ooh, and the timing is just really unfortunate there for BPRG. Anik to get that frag. You really needed that first frag to go the way of TUD to just gain some control with the limited utility and the rifles there, but Lovesy with 2.
Lovesy 2. He's got a FAMAS, but he's not going to let that stop him.
Oh, he's so close to getting his head ripped off.
Yeah. Was a dangerous grab. However, hang on. Big Ol' Doggo's going to shut down Spinach and Complex. Just put Doggo on the site by himself. He'll just defend everything. Anik, the last person left to find 4 TUD players. It's not looking particularly hopeful.
Yeah, not looking good at all there. Everything was looking up there for UCD, and then it was just, I believe it was Lovesy there on Bathrooms, and he gets a 3rd. Lovesy there, Bathrooms got a nice 2k, and he finishes up with the 3rd as well. So that is a round. If you are TUD, you really need to win that, and they do. Able to get that AWP that I believe Complex was trying to use in that previous round. He didn't get anything from it thanks to Big Ol' Doggo. And now this will force him onto a sort of deco situation, just a deagle Glock sorted by 2 frag grenades and a flashbang. And we can see them heading just up to middle here. Now, are we smoked from Sammy just to push him that little bit more up? And he should begin to hear the players as they push on the long, but Lovesy will spot them first. Falling back in the Bathrooms here now as well. Decides to pop the flashbang. Spinach.
Yes.
Easy frag.
BPRG is waiting with that AWP. He'll find Spinach and get revenge for that first kill. And they're now being flanked by Sammy at long. Gun in the hand of Frano, but it's not going to mean much if they can't go anywhere with it. Look at that minimap, all bottled in by the CTs in all directions.
Yeah, there's definitely a queue in these toilets anyway. Big Ol' Doggo might want to flush them out here. Gets one dig there by Jambobo, and a second there on the Sammy as well. Brings us now into 2 versus 2. I know utility, armor, etc. isn't the greatest here, but oh, when you swing like that and don't get a frag, Lee Geese there. That was possibly the most important frag going the way there of UCD, and as a result, it's all down to BPRG, AWP in hand.
Said the utility and the armor weren't in the favor, but the shots weren't landing, so it's 2v1 now. Poor BPRG with the AWP is going to have to try to take out 2 players now armed with AKs, and there is a Molotov on Complex.
Oh, he doesn't know they're both in long. He's wasting so much time here, not watching for the long push, just faking the bomb, but it's been heard, and he's reloading in the smoke, and Jambobo to pick up his 4th of the round. That is a round that you really should not lose if you're TUD. Some 1v1s that they took against Eagles, and we know how powerful they can be. And as a result, that has been free round really for UCD and puts them back on track for another round here, tying it up. Forced by here.
Jambobo did amazing with that deagle, I have to say. Yeah. He's sitting on 6 kills at the moment, highest on his team.
We're going to see some 2-man action here in Connector, but nobody's going to be facing this. Is a full send out on the B site. Spinach with the first frag there. Gets Big Ol' Doggo as Leeski swings out there, hits that headshot on the Anik somehow and is allowed to escape as BPRG trades out on the Spinach. And all of a sudden the B bomb site is falling apart here for UCD, but Freno and Complex both trading out. It's just Lovesy now with the Scout. Complex with the AWP and Jambobo on full HP and an AK. He's just going to hide in short. No armor, no utility, just the Scout for Lovesy. I think this might have to be a save situation here from Tags. Complex down to 7 HP. Picks up the AK, might try to bait a player in here. Jambobo the one to do that, but he's too quick and will get the frag. So third round now for UCD, ties it up in the series.
Here we go, trading it back and forward. The lack of armor on Lovesy at the end there, just dooming him. The aim punch just knocking his aim just above the last player's head. So
yeah, it's a real shame. You might even want to just invest maybe chest armor or something into that round, just so you don't suffer as much from the shakes there. But it isn't going to work out from there. Anik taking damage there already. I think that was just fall damage into connector, but against Eagles, you don't really want to do that. Oh,
Anik is ready for it. Sammy not able to get. Yeah, exactly. Sammy not able to get that get that cheeky deagle. Of course, he didn't know the two of UCD's players were sitting down in the underground. Spinach and Frano finding one each, putting it into a 2 versus 5. Options are wide open. Yeah. Retreating for long is just going to give that control straight to UCD, and with that scout, he's going to have to try hold off these two players that come around the corner.
No one peeking him just yet. The timing, just like that round, he had the AWP in his hand. Unfortunate, and does he realize that Jumbobo is so close? I don't think he does, as he scopes to bathrooms, gets the tag on Frano and the frag as well. Jumbobo down. Catches Lovesy there is Anik and Spinach, 15 and 37 HP. Lee Skis here with a 5-7. He might be able to catch two players off. Spinach, ooh, timing not going to favor him, and Jumbobo will catch him in the back of the head.
When you're down that many players that late in the round, especially when you have what is shaping up to be a very aggressive T side from UCD, sometimes I guess the best advice would be to save, but on a pistol round there's not really much to save, so you may as well go for the frags. Unfortunately, none going their way yet, although here we go. Lovesy is back with the AWP. Hopefully they can make their economy this round rather than letting UCD break it once again.
Yeah, my heart really goes out there for Lovesy. He's been really unfortunate in previous rounds with the angles he's holding and the timing in which the T's peak. Anik to catch that frag and connector. Look at Sammy. He's so far pushed up. This is a one and done spot for him, really. Jumbobo, not the one to get it. It is Anik yet again as he falls back down into connector. And this should be a B hit here now for UCD.
Just least grease here at the moment, as Nicole Doggo and Lovesy are still hanging on to the A side, though that smoke is probably going to get the call going.
Nade comes through and the frag for Lee Skis. Onto Frano there, but Spinach catches him as big old Doggo tapping away at that MP9, catches off Complex with the AWP as well. He really has no respect here, just taking these sort of long-range aim duels, but look at this. Anik has to play the time down for Jumbobo to potentially get a flank, but there's just so much time in the meantime for something else to go down here, but looks like Anik won't give it, and Jumbobo reveals his position now. It's just big old Doggo with the MP9, and he's caught now between a rock and a hard place. Jumbobo up in heaven. Anik on site. Might just fake the bomb plant. No, he's going to stick it through that smoke, and Jumbobo not watching for the right angle. It's all about the timing here. As big old Doggo's able to walk onto the B site. And I think that might be the end of it. Oh, he gets that frag. 46 HP, and he does have a kit. And, okay, I thought he was going to stick with the MP9. Picks up that smoke, and he's going to just tap the bomb once. Anik spotted. Oh, unfortunate there for big old Doggo, and a nice 3k for Anik to win that round.
Big old Doggo fragging out of his mind. He's got 12 kills. He's the highest frag killing player on the server, and it's just these ridiculous holdouts. But as I say, when the numbers advantage is that badly against you, you need more than skill. You need a miracle if you're going to win a round like that.
Yeah, big old Doggo. He really showed them no respect there with that MP9, even killing an AK and an AWP player in sort of long range aim duels. That is quite embarrassing if you are the AWP player, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do enough there. I think TUD might need to do some changes with how they take A, maybe how they play in middle. They seem to be playing a little bit too aggressively, and as a result they just get picked off and the bomb site's given to them. So maybe if you're TUD, you might want to just pop a flash. If you have a good spawn, just peek to see if there's anybody crossing, maybe into playground, and then just fall back.
Exactly. A couple needless kills to UCD after they'd gained control of say the underground, and then just getting flanked through really obvious spots that should have been called. I wonder if people are just hanging around for a couple extra frags, and Anek going to open the game up by taking out a player on B. Leeski's is out.
They're going to slow it down now as well. Looks like they've decided to play towards middle and long. Headshot for BPRG. Frano to trade out. Just taking these trades, that's all you really want to do if you are ECD. Because in the end you will win out here, but TUD falling bit by bit. Big old doggo with the deagle, that's the last bastion of hope here. As he gets smoked off, will he jump through it? He will. Anek might catch him off guard. Oh, what a nice bit of movement there. He jumps onto the railing, gets that 1D. And Frano doesn't even realize big old doggo can be there. Unfortunate with the body spam not to get the frag. And now just Lufsy with the P250, maybe hoping to get some exit frags or pick up a rifle.
Molotov's on all access points. If he doesn't want to reveal his position, he's gonna have to wait those out. And if he waits those out, he's not gonna have nearly enough time to find the players and defuse. He only got a pistol, and he does. I presume he does want that money for losing the round. It's getting quite high now. Insult to injury.
Ooh.
The footsteps.
Does he realize though? Oh.
Bobo. None will escape Jambobo.
Very unfortunate there.
I need this now. I need Jambobo and Big Ol' Doggo 1v1 Deagle only. Because I need to see this.
Jambobo leading the way there for ECD, but Big Ol' Doggo has the most frags in the whole server. However, it's not about the frags if you can't win the rounds. And unfortunately for TUD, they've now lost 5 in a row. So if you're UCD, how would you sort of come into this game to maintain your lead here, Nusparad? What would you be thinking?
UCD are nice and happy. If I was TUD trying to recover, honestly, I would maybe start asking people to fall back a bit. Big Ol' Doggo able to get the first guy, able to get the 2, clearing out the sewer. But this is rare. This isn't a consistent thing that's happening. Sammy finding complex as well, so it's just down to Spinach. There's a lot of players who are sitting in very aggressive positions, like BPRG, and as good as they can be, although you can catch a player or two off guard, UCD are obviously ready for it. You know, they've probably been playing with the other UCD teams, so they're ready for these kind of sneaky positions, and they're just not working. They're gonna win around here, but you can't keep relying on them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I have noticed as well, these sort of rounds, they seem to go one of either two ways here. Either UCD win their aim duels and it results in say a 5 or a 4 versus 1, or TUD win their aim duels and it ends up in about a 4 versus 1. So there doesn't seem to be too many angles set up where trades can be made possible for either side really, but more so on the CT side there. Spinach catches off Big Ol' Doggo, unaware of Spinach's position there. The wall bang there, unfortunate as well. Spinach is able to run up onto the B site. Sammy caught off guard, but they don't realize that Leeski's is just there waiting for him. And that will be round number 4. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. As I was saying, TUD, those crossfires need to be in place. It just seems to be that UCD are picking them apart. Sometimes they win the aim duels and they maybe get 2 frags, which is even better, but you can't rely on that.
Exactly, yeah. The aim duels will only get you so far. And really, if you're going to be planning, especially to win against, you know, the top teams in the tournament, TUD's other teams and the like, you really need to be planning for other stuff. You need to be planning for what happens if you lose the aim duel. You know, you can't just leave it up to individual player skill and chance, because skill will get you a long way, but it won't get you all the way. Bobo finding one, but immediately traded out by Doggo, and eventually, after some spraying, Frano will find Big Ol' Doggo and secure.
Oh, okay. I didn't think I thought Frano was going to get absolutely dumped there. He's able to walk out on the short and get a crisp headshot onto Sammy, though. This has been a bit closer, but it was literally just a rush B here from UCD. Least Geese was unable to get any frags there from barrels, which is quite unfortunate for him. You sort of hope the players on the B side would at least get one each, maybe just two. Oh, Anek with a lovely two headshot there.
Yeah, exactly. And even poor Big Ol' Doggo, by the time he'd even seen what was going on, he was being sprayed down by 3 players, so there's no way he could really do anything about it.
Just seems to be a stronger T side here coming out from UCD. Able to overwhelm the defenses here for TED, so looks like they are going to force into this, are they? Bit of a miscall here. Least Geese and Sammy not bought yet. On the other hand, Lufsey has bought all the way to 400. Sammy now buying into halfway as BPRG buys into $800. I have no idea what's happening here. This is so disjointed.
Yeah, extremely risky buy, extremely late buy for some of these players. I wonder if there's a bit of discontent on the team. Sammy once again in this very aggressive position, but they know it's there. Anik will find one, but Lovesy will be able to make it good and get both players down there. Or finding Jambobo, putting it into a 3v2. As I say, these positions sometimes pay off, but you can't keep relying on them. Sammy was very lucky that Lovesy happened to be there to trade him out, really.
Yeah, I am genuinely so confused what that buy was from TUD, and somehow it's working out for them, but as I say that, we're left now with 2 players only with Deagles. Lovesy could only do so much in that round, and he did play in such an advanced position that there was no real hope of any trades, or maybe somebody able to pick up that rifle. Big Ol' Doggo will be able to now, however, and he won't spot anybody just yet as they're running up long. But yeah, again, just this is not how you should be playing the CT side of Overpass. Playing too far up in middle doesn't seem to be any sort of knowledge of where the other team could be. I saw a few players just sort of running in aimlessly into connector without realizing they could be on middle. Thankfully, though, Big Ol' Doggo catches that frag on a spinach, and Least Geese will get complex. So a weird buy, a weird round, and in the end, a TUD win.
Yeah, look, it worked out for them, but as you were saying, I get that there was AKs to grab in middle, but why were Big Ol' Doggo and Least Geese not at all watching A side?
I'm confused.
At the very start, we were saying that CT side Overpass is very strong, specifically because of the rotates. If you're just going to walk over to the terrorist side of the map, then, you know, there's so much for the CT side rotates.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know what TUD are deciding on here. It seems to be they're playing a little bit more passive, not as aggressive in this round. They might realize that now, as UCD have no map control. All barreled into Monster here. Maybe waiting on a smoke grenade and a flash to come over onto the B side. Looks like Big Ol' Doggo will be the first to make contact here onto Anik. And he gets the headshot. The remainder of the UCD players now pushing onto the B side. It's Big Ol' Doggo gets a second. Spinach trades him out onto Least Geese. He gets a third on the complex. Spinach and Frano now. 2 versus 3, but they have the B-bomb site, and an AWP and Sammy is a bit harder to retake as well. Smoke goes down, and the peak isn't good for Frano there. Just Spinach now. Will he be able to ace this? This will be a big round if they can win it and solidify their position in this half. Smoke goes down on the short. VPRG will catch the frag as well. A little bit better from TUD. Glad to see them being a bit more reserved on middle, and it's paid off. Just a B rush, and they were able to counter it.
It's good to see. That was the other thing I was worried about. If they were going to keep playing in the forward positions, getting ready for an A take, it's good to see that they're able to react and take down a monster rush. Well, not so much a monster rush, but a monster execute like that. Gonna knock UCD down to a deco, which is that the first time UCD have really had to save bar the pistol round?
Yeah, I think you might be right there. Maybe one. There was another round, I think, where they won from Jambu having a nice deal. Or that might have been that round, actually, I'm thinking of, yeah. So this would be it. Finally, some economic control, economic domination, I should say, coming out from TUD as the spray is good!
The spray down! Oh, no!
Big Ol' Doggo wanted a slice of the action. Getting him on to 21-9. He's absolutely beasted it compared to anyone else. BPRG on 11, the closest one for TUD, and Anik and Jambobo 13 and 12 there for UCD. Big Ol' Doggo's just running about tapping heads, and he's only tied up here.
Yeah, Big Ol' Doggo. Look, it's the first half of the game, of the first map. You don't have to, pull out all the stops. There's another 3 halves to go.
And I think it's important to sort of stress that, yeah, he's getting the frags, but TUD on a CT-sided map, playing on the CT side, or maybe they're either gonna like take this half 7-8 or 8-7. Like that is too close, I think, for a CT half on overpass. Look at this Lofsy just peeking out. Jambubu wasn't looking at the right place at the right time. 2 people watching them now, however. Lofsy, what did I say about aggression on middle? But maybe that time is a little bit warranted. But once you get that first frag, you really should fall off. Sammy misses the op shot and does decide to fall back a little bit. I say that as he just pushes in the toilets. BPRG. Come on. Please come back, Sammy. You're going to die.
No, he could hit this. He could hit this.
Looks like they're going into connector, so his life has been spared for now, but it's too risky.
That puts them in the warpath of Odago. And Odago's on 21 kills and hungry for more. He's going to hear that and can be ready for the jumps down. He won't be able to fight any. Spinach ready to check that spot.
Nice falling headshot there, but 30 seconds left, and Lease Geese has done wonders here on the B side, and he will again. First try going his way, second won't be able to. 4 HP on the Anek. One of the big fraggers here for UCD. 3 versus 2, but 18 seconds left, and the bomb hasn't even been planted yet. Nobody close enough to the bomb just yet. Bomb will get picked up as that smoke fades in heaven. Failed smoke there from Complex as Anek catches off BPRG. Just Sammy now, AWP in hand. This will be a tough one to retake, and a potential half win for UCD here. I think he might have to get his pistol out here very soon. Anek hiding in that little corner just behind the door. No scope goes his way though. Molotov will be thrown from default. Instead of pushing through, decides to fall back onto CT, and that molly will just take away 10 HP due to the indecisiveness there of Sammy, and unfortunately he won't get any more frags in this round. So 8-7 half there for UCD. We said it was going to be close, but it really could have been anyone's game there. It was looking to be a sort of UCD runaway, and then the aim duel started to go TUD's way.
Exactly. TUD figuring out that aggression sometimes needs to be met with aggression and just ramming players down middle. Just taking out players like BPRG and Lovezy, trying to catch players off guard and turning it against TUD really. So move on to the second half. We're going to have to see if TUD can bring their own to this, as of course this map was UCD's pick. We can only assume, especially by the performance of the T side, that they're ready for the CT side.
Yeah, and again, just like the previous pistol round, we're not going to see any aggression in the middle to sort of spot for this 5-man push-up mid. Instead, one connector, one in bathrooms. The smoke will go down and the steps will be heard as they rush down connector, but Anek's ready for it. Gets one frag, traded out there by Lofsy. 4 versus 4 now as they push onto B short. Big old doggo will get that USB.
There was a bad call. Complex was on its way to A site and just at the last minute wheeled back around to come back to B. Now the fight's going off. Lovezy will find one. Frano will return. Lovezy wants another one. He will find Jambobo.
Ooh, Spinach there in short, however. Very big flank. Cardinal rule of overpass. If you're pushing into connector, you really want to close that door before you push any further. But Lofsy now 4 frags, hasn't taken a shred of damage. Going for the ace, all headshots. 47 HP and Spinach. The one who saved UCD, but won't be enough, as that's the ace there for Lofsy. And a very important one there to tie it up there onto the T side. You really want to get this momentum going now if you are TUD. This subsequent round and the round thereafter could prove big in gaining some economic control and potentially running away with this.
Exactly. Well, we've said that in the first half as well, and now we're sitting at a drawn scoreline. Big old doggo aced the first pistol round. So if there's one thing I've learned, it's that don't play pistol round against TUD CSGO.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Anek just on the P250 here in connector. Won't spot anyone, so Lofsy gets that one onto Frano. Looks like they're pushing it up long here, which seems to be the right call if you've got those long-range rifles. Only one SMG we can see on Sammy. And no aggression met just yet, but here we go. Smoke onto A site. Rushing out there from APC. Big old doggo gets one. Spinach will hide the 1A site, and the timing is so unfortunate. He really wants to kill the bomb planter.
Ooh.
Nobody could catch him off in time, and somehow he's still alive. Okay, thankfully they were dealt with, but that was just too much time spent being alive, and that could have came back to bite TUD there.
It could. That player should not have been allowed to stop the plant, but look, they recover the round in the end. Absolutely good fragging from the TUD side, and I don't know, maybe they're a T-sided team. I'm starting to feel it with the SMGs, with the force Baculils. Maybe they're just a T-side team.
Yeah, who knows? We'll have to see where they can take this now. The big old doggo. 24 frags in the CT side kind of does lend to maybe some more aggressive plays here on the T side as well. BPRG, however, gets the first one. Anik trades out. Least gets up third of the round.
Playing well, they've got control of the beast side. Big ol' Doggo will flank down Complex as he tries to retreat from upper. That's just Anik and Franco to get this bomb defused. Frano will find one. Don't find the player in Toxic. Anik. Oh, get very close. Flank out Lee's Geese and will get the final trade on the Big Doggo and secure the defuse.
Good start to that round there from TD, just showing no respect on the B side, and it worked. Big old dog will be able to push all the way to CT and catch a player off guard, but then a lack of afterplant situation, it seemed to be. Just the players bunched onto the B side. The trades went the way of UCD, and now it's a tight game again. Interesting to see the economy here now for either sides. It's dicey on both sides, I must say. Galil's here for TUD, 2 of them, Leaskis and Lusty to take them. And Famus is there, 3 on the UCD side. No AWPs yet, the economy just isn't too good yet, but look how far pushed up some of these players are in UCD. Complex in connector, alongside Anik. Nobody taking any angels just yet. One-way smoke there from Anik, won't spot anybody either. And Frano, he's isolated, and I think he's going to get a lot of bother in a second here. Will get taken down by Big Old Doggo. But just look at this flank here. The connector Complex will try to take these aim drills, and he will win it somehow. But Spinach all the way from the back lines. This could be the big one to get. Big Old Doggo needs to die here, and Spinach will do it. Making it a 4 versus 3 now for UCD as they push onto the A site. Jambobo on truck, though. They're not. Oh, they are watching for it now, but Lusty pulls out the Molotov, and the timing's so unfortunate. Jambobo gets 2. Big play there from Jambobo to really seal this round, unless Sammy has something to say about it here. 1 versus 3, 42 seconds left. Spots the gun bar land the body of Complex. Deciding to plant and truck. He might spot Anik there, and Anik spots him, but he doesn't decide to... Oh, he doesn't spot him. Eventually gets that frag, however. On Sammy's POV, it looked like Anik looked him straight in the eyes, but he mustn't have... must have been moving too quick or something like that. But in the end, it will go the way of UCD, and that will be now the double digits round. 9-10 is the scoreline, TUD to UCD, as that is now 2 rounds in a row for the CT side.
Although if the trends continue, I think TUD may take this. Well, wait, are we saving? I think we're saving. Okay, Deco with an extra Tech 9 and armor on Sammy. Maybe a bit of a modified mid-game raid boss strat. But as I say, these rounds have been so back and forward. I wouldn't be surprised if TUD were to take this match back and just keep this momentum hobbled as we go. Anik will find good damage on the Big Old Doggo. That grenade will some more damage onto Doggo as well as BPRG. With that intel in mind, all the way back. These have just stalled up here in Birthday Party. Although, we will notice Spinach, having enjoyed last round, will try it again. Oh, Big Old Doggo is here, ready for the flank, hoping for an AK, and he will get the one-hit deagle. Easy headshot.
Spinach not too happy about that in the chat.
Nice in the chat.
Big Old Doggo he was the one to fall to Spinach there in that previous round on the flank, so he was coy enough to wait for it, and he reaped the rewards. Unfortunately, he's only got 23 HP and no armor, so Sammy, the one with armor, I was about to say you should give it to him, but unfortunately he gets killed there, as it's just now a 4 versus 3, but so much stronger weaponry for UCD here. As you can see, BPRG just shifting up onto the A site. Nobody greeting him just yet. The timing's unfortunate. Jumbo will catch big old Doggo on the other side as well. Bringing it now to a 2 versus 3. 20 seconds left and the bomb has to be planted here. Lufsey just waiting for his teammate to give him some sort of help there. Goes for the swing onto Frano, and unfortunately for TUD, Frano gets one headshot and just one normal frag, 2 on the A site. And that's looking better there for UCD.
A good read from UCD to send Frano back over while the attack on B site was still going on, and absolutely instrumental positioning over in Bank. Not only stalling the plant, but also just killing everybody who tried to get over there, so... like...
Double up setup here, yeah.
Yeah, double up, here we go. Compact.
There. Yeah, great minds think alike, but yeah, double up setup could be cheeky, but Jambobo taking down the 18 HP already.
It's not going to mean too much if you get sprayed down by AKs.
Looks like it's going to be a slower, well, I say slower, big old Doggo's already on the left side of Monster here, but it will be a take onto the B side, it seems. Big old Doggo tapping the head of Jambobo. Spinach hiding in, ramp there, big old Doggo quick enough to rotate around, but Complex just in that little crevice on Heaven catches off BPRG, bringing it to a 3 versus 4. And still big old Doggo, I mean, he's 30 and 14, but he's in 6 HP. What more can he do here? Leeski's through the smoke.
Falling back to make sure no one's gonna push up from T spawn. Anak through the smoke will find Leeski's. Or Leeski's try to run through to him.
Ooh, on the headshot onto big old Doggo there. However, the time isn't too good, and it looks like they are just going to opt to save Anak going for the exit frags. Or is he going to drop the smoke? I think he might just use that to bait players.
Hail Mary defuse. He'll find Sammy, but unfortunately, obviously, will take him down. Although Complex with that AWP has decided to take what he's got and run.
Yeah, I think if you're UCD there, Anak, he was caught in 2 minds. Should he maybe go for that cheeky ninja there? He failed the smoke. Maybe if he failed that smoke, I would just try bait them in, hoping they would die with the bomb, maybe get an exit frag or 2. In the end, Complex does save that AWP, and it looks like they're just going to half buy around that Pistols, Deagle, P250, CZ. What are your thoughts on the CZ, actually? I'm not the biggest fan of it myself. I would choose a 5.7 over it, but...
Look, it's gone through many changes over the years. I think you can tell when you were big into Counter-Strike based on how you feel about the CZ. It used to be completely broken, and then it was completely useless, and now it sits as this, point blank.
Ooh!
There you go, that's what you use the CZ for. Anak finding 2, big old Doggo will take him down, but still, those are 2 big kills to get this early in the round.
Yeah. I have to agree, if there is a spot for the CZ to have its uses, it's definitely in connector there, and we can see Anak using it to perfection. 2 quick frags going his way, bringing it to a 3 versus 3, AWP for Complex, full utility, as he catches that frag on the big old Doggo as well. Aggressive outplay into T side of mid. Will he realize that the T's can come up connector? Unable to recognize it as Leeski's rips his head off. And that should open up the A site here. Jambobo on the rotate. Spinach as well.
Yeah, ruin poor Spinach's surprise. He was waiting out there for ages, but now that they've decided to move to A, he's unfortunately going to have to rotate the long way up to A site, although we'll take a bit of a pot shot.
Oh no! What is happening here?
Sammy will take down Jambobo, but now it's a 1 versus 1. Sammy versus Spinach.
Oh dear.
Didn't even look at long Spinach with the flanks.
Dear. You really gotta win those if you are if you're TD. That's just unfortunate.
I'll give it to him. There was a lot of spots to check. You know, he was by bathrooms before. There was a good chance he was still there, but Spinach just didn't want to sit still.
Yeah, I think that was the right move as well for Spinach. They knew the bomb was dropped on the other side of Dice. All he had to do was hold that initial angle. Maybe you could also try and push up and hope to catch him as he was just coming up from the bomb plant. But in the end, he did get the frag and the win. So 12-10 now for UCD as they have far superior weaponry, and it looks like it's going to be the good old-fashioned rush B here. Flash is in, blinding their old teammates as well. Jambobo with the AWP catches the first one on BPRG and the second on the big old doggo, but Liskis nails the head there as he gets a second on the spinach as well. That is the B bomb site opened up, but not for long as Frano, waiting just patiently for Tazanek, chucks that nice little Molotov. Isn't going to land, however, and that allows Lusty to get the bomb down. The nade is good though, and they have spotted him out thanks to Frano there, and that will be the frag. An easy enough cleanup in the end for UCD.
Yeah, it was a good entry, just a bit slow on the plant, and then just couldn't handle the post plant with the way UCD were just collapsing on them before really the bomb had been secured, really.
Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, you can't really fault TUD there with the weapons that they had. One thing I'd like to point out, Big Ol' Doggo hasn't got a frag in a few rounds. He might have had one in the past 3 or 4. So that could be a factor that the T side are really missing out on. They do need some big entries to go their way. And whenever you've got a double op setup, especially Jambobo seemed to be very fluid here. You got 2 frags in the B side, and now he's peeking in the middle. We'll be able to spot out some players, and hopefully he falls back, takes my advice that I gave to TUD on their CT side, but instead he's going to play in and around middle, still on divider with the AWP as Anak pushes up into connector. Nobody spotted just yet. As I was saying, that Big Ol' Doggo does get the frag on the Frano. And the second onto Jambobo. Lusty there to trade out as well onto Anak, so that's a lovely 3 kills going the T side's way. Big Ol' Doggo doesn't even care, he's jumping up on the dice with the AWP. 22 HP as well. This is the Big Ol' Doggo we know and love. 33 frags here now.
Complex is trapped in bank with that AWP, and as Liskis finds Spinach. It's just Complex with the AWP and the Deagle that he's been holding on to for so long. Fight 4 of TUD's players, all armed to the teeth now that they've managed to scavenge what weapons they can. And Big Ol' Doggo will be taken down with a lovely crisp headshot there on Lovesy to get the trade.
Big Ol' Doggo really doesn't care. He just full sent that into bank, AWP in hand, 20 HP. He was going for some no scopes.
Yeah, he wanted to get into the clip montage. That's what it was.
You know, I rate that. I would do the same.
And hopefully the beginning of a claw back for TUD, and I'm starting to suspect of all of the games that could go into overtime over the season so far, this could be the one. Jambobo finding Spinach, Big Ol' Doggo onto Anak, Liski's finding Frano, Sammy, Complex, just Jambobo left. This early pistol rush has not served them well. Not a single kill to UCD's name. Jambobo getting a headshot with a USPS, but unfortunately the armor will save him, and Sammy will send it home. Another round for TUD, and that's 12-13. The 15-15 scoreline is looking more likely every time TUD win another round.
Yeah, this is getting dicey if you're UCD, especially when your economy's in the back foot. No double op setup for them this time. Just the closest thing they'll have is an AUG on Complex, and we all know that can't hit one shot to the chest. Aggressive play again for UCD. Well, I would call aggressive, but they have calmed it down a little bit, playing back now onto long and bathrooms, but Complex up close and personal, waiting for some sort of aggression on long, and he might just get that. The nade comes into bathroom, will signify there's at least one there. But will they realize that there's a player up this close? Lovesy the first to run into the corner, and he doesn't check it in time. Big frag there going UCD's way, but I think it might be a one and done unless Jambobo can help him out. Flash is good. Liskis, however, will catch Anak in connector. BPRG next. Oh, Complex doing well to survive there, but I don't think he's long for the world, but he gets it back onto the opposite side of dice. Jambobo as well catching off BPRG, but the nade will finally finish Complex there. 2 versus 2, but HP for Liskis is not good at all.
Slowly finding his way back onto the side. Big ol' Doggo's checking the old spot, not aware that Jumbo's moved. He'll see him and he'll find him. Lovely little headshot, putting it into a 1 versus 2 for Spinach. The bomb will be going down in the default position. That Molotov at bank is gonna have to make Spinach think a little bit. These keys is checking the spot. Grenade to slow him down. It's unfortunate he doesn't know the lead key's so low. A few rounds a few rounds towards him probably catch him out. Oh. And he will find the first kill. Just needs to find Big ol' Doggo and long.
I don't think he knows.
Once again,
it's tied up.
He's looking at bathrooms. Everyone's always looking at bathrooms. No one checks long. Why does no one check long?
And look at that, Big ol' Doggo now. I called him out for not fragging, and he's got some important frags in the past 2 rounds there. 37 and 18 now for the TUDC player. Anak is the closest on 24 for UCD.
Oh.
As it is going to be just another sort of deco situation here. $500 or $700 spent for UCD. Anak in that little corner position in connector. He's already got 2 frags in that way, but Lovesy.
That's a big flash. Gonna flash all the CT players and long. Sammy and Lovesy will be able to clean it all up, except Complex, who will find Lovesy. But unfortunately, in the remaining 2v4, Sammy will find Jumbobo in the distance, and it's just Complex to try to find the last player in Birthday Party, and Lee Skeese is not having any of it.
Finally in the lead again for TUD. Now let's just hope they can keep it. I mean, the money's good for them. You can't say the same for the CT side. This is do or die time. If UCD win this could definitely go to overtime. We could be here for a while.
We could be here for quite a while, and there's another map to play, so we'll have to see how it goes. Look at this aggressive positioning from Frano over the smoke at Birthday. He won't be able to find the kill, but he'll definitely start worrying TUD. That could be a badly timed reload. He just manages to dodge out of the way, and Complex will find the first kill of the round. BPRG can duck his head down, but his back is still on show, and he'll be dropped to 14 HP. And the aggression has ceased. TUD starting to worry that they're not actually going to win these fights. Big ol' Doggo will find one onto Spinach. Frano will finish off Leeskies. Sammy threw the wall onto Frano.
That's really unfortunate if you're Frano. He was so close to getting that frag after that first one that he got. AUG would have been doing big work here, but they're going to push out on the B side. Big ol' Doggo, 39th frag. Can he get his 40th? Not just yet. Jambobo threw the smoke as well onto BPRG. Well, we were talking about making it 14-14, and I think that just might be the case. Sammy, does he check the angle? Not fully, and the shadow will give it away. Jambobo, the 3rd of the round, stays on the B side and holds it well. That's so unfortunate if you're Sammy.
I swore he saw the top of his helmet, but maybe he did and then went, no, it probably wasn't that, because he did check it. He just didn't check deep enough, but you say that ties us back up 14-14. All that has to happen is both teams have to win one more round. I do wonder which team, if any team, is actually going for the win now, and which of them have said, look, we're doing overtime. It's happening.
I think for just now, whoever wins this round, that is the decider here. If you are really going for this, we can see Frano, Spinach on FAMAS is there, an AWP for Complex, so very little utility they've opted, or very little money I should say, they've opted for an AWP and FAMAS's with armor instead of maybe less armor and less utility and an M4, so I do think this could be anyone's game, as Anak will get that first frag as well. Very important that they got that.
Especially considering it's big ol' Doggo. That's a very important early frag to get. And a good grenade on the Lovesy in the underground, slowing his push and also dropping down to 62 HP with a single grenade. Frano will find the headshot, but Leeskies has an AK-47 and he'll just mow him back down. Complex getting BPRG on the jump over the box from the bank. Absolutely brilliant.
Surely he saw Leeskies' head. Unfortunate there not to pick it off there, but Spinach will do it for him. Jambobo there in the bottom connector will just ensure that they don't rotate down. 30 seconds left and the bomb's alone on the B side, or on the A side, my apologies. Sammy has picked up an AWP and Lovesy with the AK. Potential to do big work there.
Good grenade onto Complex. Sammy will find one onto Spinach. He needs to get the kills going. Jambobo has flanked around. He's found Lovesy, and it's just Sammy. He's trying to matrix his way around these bullets coming through the smoke, coming from the site, and eventually Anik will find him from the van. 15-14 to UCD. Can TUD put us into the first overtime on stream?
Yeah, this will be the one to watch here. The money is still pretty decent there for TUD. AWP coming out for BPRG. Very suiting gun, you know, BPRG, AWP. Get all the letters in there. Might as well have a whole alphabet. As there's only going to be one letter on TUD's mind here, and it is the B-bomb site. Frano with a scuffed nade there, but he will get that headshot there onto Big Ol' Doggo. An important frag. However, it doesn't deny him that 40th kill of regulation. Frano still alive, able to get one more. Takes it now onto a 2 versus 3 retake for the CTs. Anik sprays down 2, however, brings it just down to BPRG. The man with the up has to come out clutch here to take his team into overtime in this first map. 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining, and Complex is trained in on that bomb there. The nades will have to be thrown, one on the short. Do they realize the position? No.
Oh.
Complex will catch BPRG off there and just avoiding overtime. There you have it, 16-14 for UCD. It was dicey there near the end. They just about clawed it back. 40 frags, however, for Big Ol' Doggo, and they still lost. That's got to be heartbreaking.
Is indeed. Okay.
So on to Mirage for our next one.
On to Mirage, on to TUD's pick. I just want to double check and make sure. I believe we're going to take a short break. Everyone's going to need to jump to get up and shake the nerves out of him after a match like that. So, just to double check, because the last thing I want to do is throw us over to a break when, in fact, we're not having one. Yes, I believe we're going to have a short break just while everyone gets in and relaxes. So, thanks for joining us for map 1. We will be back very soon with map 2, Mirage, TUD's pick, and fingers crossed that, well, they can claw it back and make this a 1-1 for the season. We'll see you then, and it won't be long.
I'm sick of lying here all alone and nearly sleepless at night. I'm honest, it's boring. 1,000,000 demons surrounding me, picking a fight. It's toxic. You were the best I ever had, but every second you were screwing me over, and now I'm done with it. I guess that there was no surprise. Deleting you out of my mind. Isn't it iconic? Standing on the front line, steady going forward without knowing the direction. I need to be honest, it was for the better. Now every day is perfect for a lifetime celebration. Go ahead.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Hopefully you're back. We'll be moving very shortly onto DE Mirage, TUD's map pick and map 2 of this series. It's Mr. Naspirad, with me is Ro.
J-Ditch, J and Crack.
Yep, and that's about as much Irish as I know, other than asking to go to the toilet. I'll have to hire a tutor very soon.
Well, I'm hoping for a bit of crack at least in this game as well. That was a very tight one. Unfortunate there for TED not to maybe take it to overtime. It could have been anyone's game. Eventually, though, UCD, who did have the stronger T side in that map, was just able to pip them at the post. And now here we are, UCD's pick.
TUD's pick.
TUD's, sorry, my apologies.
It's been such a back and forward game between them. Like UCD getting 2 rounds ahead, TUD clawed right back, and just the good old worry of we're going to be here all night. These overtimes are never going to end. Thankfully, didn't go into overtime. 15-13, I believe, to UCD, but still an extremely close game, and hopefully we will see something similar over here. Keep your eye on TUD's Pistoliers, because both pistol rounds they won with one player acing, and it was different players. So this only bodes well for this match.
Here we go, UCD
make sure
on
the
the
audio
CT
is ready.
side here. What will they be able to show?
There we
I
go.
wonder what the strat will be here for TUD. Looks like they are going to go for this standard enough. Maybe a beat contact. We'll see in just a second here. Sammy just deciding to run.
No,
I think
no.
they might. Oh no!
It's the
no,
good
that-
old traditional
Yeah, it's the
brush
B-rush.
B.
There was a bit of hesitation, but in the end, Sammy is going to lead the charge there. First frag on Spinach. Big old doggo there. Next on to Frano. Lovely to get the third on the complex. Not a single frag going the way of UCD. Anik now picks one off for himself onto Sammy's head there. Lovely in that last little corner there. Big old doggo to get his second of the round. It's just Anik, and he will get racked by that Tech 9. Almost a clean pistol round there for TUD, but that is pistol round number 3 out of 4 that they've won. So can they get that clean sweep?
Yeah, so as I say, just don't play TUD against pistol round, and you're G. You're just G. Just skip the pistol round.
Well, hopefully they can get just more than that pistol round, because unfortunately for them, they won both pistols and they still lost the game. So
Exactly.
we'll see them buying up AKs. Lusty, just like the previous game, he's just opting for a USB here. And a fast send for Big Old Dog, the man with no respect, just rushing in. They will probably realize that it's an A stack due to the fact that nothing has been broken on the B side of the map. And they're just going to get a free bomb plant here.
Exactly. UCD rushing everyone out with pistols to try and counter the A rush. Unfortunately, the A rush never came. Big old Doggo deciding to play the middle. He'll find. Oh my god! He'll find 4. I swore one of those pistol players were gonna get him at some point, but nope. Just Spinach now with his USPS to roleplay James Bond as the last surviving UCD team member, and Big Ol' Doggo with 4 kills on him is hungry for a second ace. Stolen by Sammy, but look, you take what you get to UD putting a second round on the board and leaving UCD in the dust for those first 2 rounds. Now as we approach the gun rounds, UCD gonna want to start changing this momentum. They want to let this be a trend.
Yeah, Big Old Doggo just running away with it there, sending it out mid, nobody to face him, and he just decides to jump in the window and then pop some heads, as he will now try to do that against some better equipped players, and he just does that. Not the head, but he gets the body shots in. Jumbo with the fall and complex next as well, as Big Old Doggo, just as I was saying, right again in jungle, just like that. He doesn't care. He just doesn't care.
It's just disrespect right up in the jungle. Absolutely zero fear. Him and No Fear are gonna have to have a conversation and start rushing and see who's scarier. Spinach is about to approach Doggo, but I think Doggo's moved off. No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Oh no!
Oh, poor Doggo!
Oh, you gotta be like, that's actually how do you not get that right? I'm sorry, Big Ol' Doggo, you're 7-1, and you can't just land a symbol spray. Oh
Doggo,
dear.
you're doing well, but that doesn't mean that you need to be watching Twitch chat and Twitter to keep an eye on who's clipping stuff. You know, come on, you're still in the game. Spinach, on the other hand, must be absolutely chuffed that he managed to hit that. But both players, well, all players except Frano, on very low HP.
Yeah, Sammy's gonna have to do some big work here to withstand any pushes. They're both gonna come out of market though, so that gives them time to push on the short. The smoke, however, could be the big one, and it isn't gonna go onto the bomb. It obfuscates the view a little bit more, and Frano's able to peek out, get his 4th of the round. 4Ks after 4Ks in this opening few rounds here as well. UCD to get their first on the board.
That's what you want to see. 1 round in hand, UCD are showing up again. Yeah, it's just a very high individual fragging round. Like, Big Ol' Doggo needs to calm down a little bit so he doesn't lose out on kills here.
I mean, there doesn't seem to be any sign of stopping here. We thought Big Ol' Doggo, he got his ace in the pistol round in the first map. A few frags after, we thought, oh, come on, save some for the rest of them. But he just kept going. And we might just see the same again for him here. Anak on a scout on mid, won't spot anyone, as it looks like it could just be another full send out on A. Big Ol' Doggo spraying through the smoke, realizes no one's taking his bullets, so he's just going to take the bullets to him. Headshot onto Frano, my apologies. As they just open up that A site, nobody else able to play around that. The smokes are good enough to hold them back as BPRG pushing through the smoke, catches off Jambobo as well. Spinach to trade out. As we're just met by this aggression from TUD. It must be a TUD characteristic to just have no respect for the opposing team, and it seems to be working out for them in this game at least.
Might be a college-wide thing. Even the other TUD teams in ICE this year are all very power-playing, aggressive teams. You need to be ready for this. You need to be ready for these for these executes, these set strats, these rushes. And you got to be able to counter fast. And UCD's learning that now. This is TUD's map pick, and they were more than ready to bring the heat.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly right.
Who needs a smoke? All Doggo just running straight onto the site. Jambobo's not able to find the shot, but will be surrounded by BPRG and All Doggo within a matter of seconds, and the bomb is now down. Complex won't be able to find Big Doggo, who will just find 2. And he wants more. Big Doggo wants more.
Look, I'm gonna level with you here. I've just had my my view on Big Ol' Doggo for the past 3 rounds, and he really hasn't disappointed. I mean, he's going to be the first guy that's going to make contact anyway, so you might as well just view onto him. Oh, a cheeky boost. Oh, not going to spot anyone. Spinach will finally put an end to the tyranny that was Big Ol' Doggo's 3k in this round.
And you know what? With 3 HP and a pistol in hand, he can retreat happily knowing that he's annoyed Big Ol' Doggo slightly. Because at this point, he's not going to be able to do very much, and he's being hunted down by Sammy and BPRG, who will find him eventually.
There's round number 4 now on the board. This map does lend itself to being a little less CT-sided, so isn't unexpected for a team to go a few rounds up, especially at the start if they do win the pistol. This will be the round to sort of put them back in their place here if you're UCD. No AWP yet again, however, and that could be a big one, but at the same time, nothing for the TUD side AWP wise, just AKs, just full sending it everywhere it seems. Another push now. Doesn't seem to have any flanks being held, just a smoke. Push out onto a site. This time they're going to go for underpass instead. And Leeski's the first one to take the duel onto Anak there. Wins that headshot. Big Ol' Doggo wallbang frag there. Catches off Jambobo. And now it's Frano left to hold against 4 people in connector.
The T team, he put a bit of damage on a BPRG. You'll get an absolutely lovely headshot on the Lufzy, but unfortunately, that's just not enough to secure the kill. That's going to be an easy bomb plant. Complex will take down Big Ol' Doggo. That's a big one. Sammy checking through jungle. He'll find Spinach waiting for him, and it's just Complex with that AUG. Well, tried to defuse the bomb, but I don't know how he's going to feel with these terrorists poking from every angle. BPRG will find him, take him down, and CT spawn. Another round for TUD. Okay, yeah, this is TUD. Remember the last map when I said TUD might just be a T-sided team? Well, yeah, I think they are.
Now they've got the opportunity to really show it, and if anything, it's the Big Ol' Doggo show right now. 12-3. closest is 6 in 3, and that is Sammy, as he's just going to run out again. He just doesn't care. What can I say? He doesn't care. And I think that might come back to bite him here. Somehow he still survives. It's just UCD. They have one player that they know on ramp. They've basically isolated here. And yet Jambobo and Spinach decide to hide on the site while their teammate falls to the hands of Big Old Doggo.
Lads, I can't watch Big Old Doggo all day, alright? I can't watch Big Old Doggo all day. You sent him to a site to be a distraction, and he secured a site by himself. Like, what is this? They're very lucky to have him on the team, and Complex just wants an op. He just wants to steal this up.
Ooh, and he has it. So. I don't think so. He's
what
trapped.
else can he find? No, he's trapped. He'll find a second on Elise Geese at least, but unfortunately BPRG is ready to just spray him down through the vents.
A little bit of economical damage there at least. Got to take some positives out of that round.
Exactly, yeah. Although, you know, here we go, the double op setup on Inferno. This is what we want to see. Anik and Jambobo, they're going to have to try find Sammy. Although he isn't playing op, I have a feeling he's going to be checking the op positions really regularly. Unless, of course, we have another rush B. Well, it's less rush, more smokes. I don't know what good walking does when you're throwing flashes over, but you know what? I'll leave it to TUD to be the experts in the situation.
I mean,
oh, well, yeah, this might be why.
I don't know if you need too many flashes whenever Big Old Dog is just going to take a duel like that on the Jambobo. You just... oh my god.
Frano as well. Okay, cool. So he secured A site, everybody. It's okay. The dog has secured A site.
Look, all like who let the dogs out, you know? What can I say? And the third on the Spanish as well.
Leeds gets the finish off Complex. Yep, yep. Who needs utility when you have Doggo with an AK? Where was this banned last round? Or last map even?
What more could you want? This was the sort of dominant performance that, although it might have shown it that way, he wasn't able to convert that into a win for his team. But 7-1 up the Brazil scoreline here. And
BPRG will secure... There. Hang on, he'll secure Anik by shooting through Doggo. Putting Doggo on 54 HP.
The only people that can really give Big Old Doggo that much damage seems to be his teammates at the minute. Jambobo, however, catches off Lease Geese as finally Big Old Doggo has been put on a leash there by Complex. 2 versus 2, but you'd favour TUD always in this situation. But
situation like this, yeah.
An AK picked up for Complex and a bit of damage done on the Lufsey. He's looking a little bit tighter, but I think that nade might just... Oh, never mind. Not as big of a damage as I thought it would be. Time is ticking away and no kit for UCD. I think you might want to just save this here, mate. Oh, the smoke.
Oh, no.
He's not going to check it. Frano, however, catches Sammy.
And we'll get the trade. I guess it's just a matter of stopping the defuse now. Lufsey. Checking spot. He's heard the defuse. He knows Frano's there. Frano will find the deagle. But he doesn't have a kit. Oh no. Don't be a loser. Buy a diffuser. And with 28 HP, there was nowhere he was going to go. Well, I mean, he could have made it to mid.
Yeah, he was looking for the... Oh, dear. That was... Yeah, like, you've been handed at least an AK on a plate there. I think you should just accept your chances and just run there.
His team had plenty... Yeah, UCD have plenty of money as the lose bonuses have come in strong, and they now have enough to buy a decent enough buy for CT side, but... Oh lord, here we go. He will go through the wall and hit Doggo down to 42. Doggo will find one. Unfortunately, Jambobo will put a leash on the dog. Well, the rest of the team are out. BPRG. Oh, Jambobo will find BPRG. Complex will find Leeskis. Oh. Jambobo finding Sammy through a wall, and it's just Lovesy to recover this round. What has happened, TUD?
Do you know when you if you have a dog, some people might maybe give it a little tap on the nose, just say, here, stop. Not that I'm advocating for that, guys. I wouldn't do it. I don't even have a dog, but, you know, I think that's what they might have had to do here to Big Old Doggo. Just tell him, you know what? We're taking this AWP, and we're just going to shut you down here. You're not doing anything in this round. He gets one frag, and Unfortunately, it's not enough because his teammates aren't doing anything else. 18-5 now for big old doggo.
Well, hang on, that's hardly fair. They can't really do much else when the entire CD team are dead because Big Old Doggo walked out and killed everybody.
True.
Here we go. The rushes are over. TUD going to be playing a much more standard compact play. Smokes going to the usual spots on stairs, on tickets, and on jungle. Prano on the side is going to be the main CT to try to hold this, and Big Old Doggo is loose.
Here we go.
Spraying down the smoke. Prano will find one. Prano will find two. Lovesy will take down Prano, however, and Big Old Dog sprays just centimeters away from
close.
Anik. Now, Complex finding Lovesy.
There's
Big Old Doggo
one.
onto Anik. Will he find the other opper? He won't. Jambobo once again sitting the dog down. Geese left to try and find the remaining 3 counter-terrorists. 2 ops between them. He sees the barrel. He will find Jambobo and get revenge. He'll put plenty of damage on the complex, but he can't land the killing blow. And Spinach, unbeknownst to him, has snuck onto the site and is flanking him with Sandwich. He's missing the spray, but he does recover and finally puts Geese down, earning another round for UCD and a round that is needed with the five round lead for TUD thus far. They're going to claw as many rounds back as possible.
Yeah, there's the tactical timeout here, I'm assuming, for TUD. Will Big Old Doggo try to rile up the troops here? Maybe they should all be following in his strategies. Just send it out A, maybe get a few frags and hope for the best.
Now, lads, look, what you really need to do is just let me run in and kill them all. Solid strats.
Go send.
But you can see the need for it now. The economy is starting to look a bit unfavorably towards the TUD side. 2 P90s are out. Not
I think they're
disparage on
actually
that
trying.
P90.
Yeah, I think they're trying to maybe follow in Big Old Doggo's footsteps, and like what is the most BM weapon you can die to? Maybe bar the auto sniper. And I think a P90 rush B is one of the worst ways to die. They're just gonna shift it a little bit here. Spinach, the one to do the jump spotting, and there goes the flashbang. Come on, Geese. I want to see some P90 frags. Hop out the window, spray them down. We'll catch off Anik as Sammy gets Spinach. And that's the B bomb side opened up just like that. And we haven't even seen Big Old Doggo get any frags yet.
Although holding down the shop front, as it were. Oh, I love this spot. Up on top of the refrigerator.
The cheeky one, but he won't get anything in this round.
Jambobo's going to take quite a bit of damage through mid from, I believe that was Lovesy, but no more joy in that. The rest of the UCD team have decided that trying to retake this site against 5 fully armed TUD players, including the dog, is just maybe out of their pay grade for this round.
Just an interesting thought. I think that might be one of the only rounds where Big Old Doggo has not got a frag, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, and he died as well. Complex managed to find him just at the end there. Oh no.
Damn. What a shame. Is this the end of the Big Old Doggo dynasty? Will his teammates finally get some frags here and reduce the need for him here? He can maybe put the feet up a little bit, chill out.
I don't know about that.
Another B rush.
He had $3,000. He had $3,000. He's got enough to buy an AK and armor, and yeah, here we go again. Unless they go A, and they are going A. Although I think there's a bit of concern. The flashes went out, although not where the CTs aren't actually sure where the T's are. Jambobo will take down Doggo immediately, and that call going out is going to tell his teammates an awful lot. And look at this crossfire they've set up over mid.
I think we've learned one thing. The one thing to stop Big Old Doggo seems to be either his teammates tagging him or his opponents, specifically Jambobo's AWP.
I mean, just Jambobo, really. Like, Jambobo's success rate for killing Old Doggo basically means he is now the dog tamer, and I want that in the I want that in the frag montage that inevitably comes out of this this game. Anik will find 2, doing
How
amazingly.
Did he not fall there? 1 HP.
He knows Sammy will clip the head. Although after this carnage, Sammy is the last TUD player, and Freno will find him nice and easy.
Finally, a bit more rounds going the way here of UCD now. That's 3 out of the last 4, and really, even if they get 6, like it's not the greatest CT half, but anything is better than succumbing to big old doggo again. We can see the money isn't good at all either for TUD.
Well, yeah,
Not really sure what the buying is. They don't seem to be too sure themselves, as finally they leave T-spawn after maybe 5 or 10 seconds too late, but
yeah, I'm
looks
just
like they're just going to chill out this round. Maybe do they have any smokes? They don't. Maybe
They
wait a few
don't.
seconds and send it out A.
I'm just curious because BPRG and Lovesy we're sitting at about 5,000 each. Sammy's is still at 2,600 after buying a Deagle. It was just Doggo who was quite low. He was only on $100 even after he'd bought his pistol. So I'm just wondering. I think Doggo was calling the strats, and maybe his teammates weren't entirely clear about how much money they had, or they weren't sure about dropping or anything. Lovesy with that Galil. Lovely headshot on Jambobo. Unfortunately, the dog is down for the round, so Jambobo's job is fairly done.
Yeah, that's the up again from Jambobo, putting Dog the Bounty Hunter, someone call him, in his place there. Not gonna catch any more heads in this round, but his teammates seem to be helping out. But look at this spinach. Oh, thankfully with the silence M4, he's not gonna give away his position after that misclick. And the headshot, they're still a bit clueless. Eventually Sammy realizes, but the timing favors spinach here, and that's enough just to hold them off, as now BPRG falls to the nade and Sammy trapped in sandwich here. Sammy in sandwich.
And I could finish off Sammy in sandwich.
He's like a piece of ham in between two slices of I don't know, I was gonna go for some like artisanal multi-seeded loaf or something. I don't know. Maybe a bit of Brennan's instead.
Are you hungry? Is that what this is?
Perhaps. No, I just had my dinner, to be fair. I'm hungry for CS. That's what I'm hungry for. Good CS. Hungry for big old Doggo to get some more frags as well. 19 and 9 isn't good enough, mate. I need at least 25 frags in this half. So you've messed it up. And that's the aces. Then I suppose I'll be happy with 24.
Absolutely brilliant grenade, knocking 3 of the TUD players down, and that Molotov will seal it everyone but Big Ol' Doggo. But if we know one thing about Big Ol' Doggo is that he can't be stopped. He'll find spinach and complex. BPRG will try to follow in the dog's footsteps and unfortunately be taken down by the Molotov, but Doggo has not stopped. Doggo is now in the shop and he's waiting for Jambobo. This is the matchup we need to see. Can he finally defeat Jambobo?
I think Jambobo.
Don't do this to me, Jambobo.
Big Ol' Doggo. This is the battle that we wanted to see. The AWP.
Forget the sight. This is the important one.
Oh, and Jambobo wins.
Once again, Jambobo taking down Big Ol' Doggo.
The kryptonite, some would say, for Big Ol' Doggo. He's only 9 and 11, but I'm pretty sure at least 5 of them have all been on Big Ol' Doggo. He won't get that remaining 2 frags, and that is round number 10 there at the end of the half for TUD. Well, Nasparad, you said they were a T-sided team, and they've really proved it here in Mirage. Will they be able to close it out now on the CT side?
10. Absolutely brilliant. 21 kills for Big Ol' Doggo, and I mean 14 for Lovesy and Sammy. They're not trailing too far behind, but at the same time 21 kills versus everyone else. I mean, this man isn't allowed to have an AK-47. This is wrong.
Let's see what's going to go down here now. Will this be another TUD pistol round? 4 out of 4 in this 2 map series. As we can see, will it be a contact or will it be a rush? It's a rush. Of course, it's a rush. What else did I expect?
Yeah, what are you saying? This is a rush. This is Mirage.
Let's go. Leeski's here, the first to make contact. Unable to do a single thing here, but Lovesy gets one before he's treated out there by Frano. 4 versus 3 now on the retake, and Spinach will make that 4 versus 2.
The Doggo is down. The Doggo is down. TUD might actually lose a pistol round.
And I think, yeah, this might be the one where TUD aren't able just to claw it, make it 4 out of 4. BPRG not too happy there with his missed shots. But they're pushing in onto the side anyway, and the body spam is not going to go in their favor. Sammy gets 2 however, makes it onto a 2 versus 1.
Okay, I will say congratulations UCD. Yeah, congratulations UCD for winning a pistol round against TUD CSGO. Did you have to drop it to a 1v1? Poor Sammy. yes, Sammy, I think that was trying to tap away at Spinach as he dropped out of apartments and just ran out of ammo. Better have the Glock in that situation. Whew. Oh no. Oh no. Look at A side. Look at big old doggo. They couldn't afford guns, so they're just pressing W and they're just going to hope that they run into the enemy team.
Well, unfortunately for them, it isn't going to work. This bit of deja vu landing into that similar round there on the reversed sides for each team, but there's not going to be any aggression here in jungle. It's all coming
this
through
Molotov.
apps.
Oh no. Spinach, can you do it? Hey, Spinach
Lovely.
gets himself an ace.
You absolutely love to see it. How many aces have we had in this series?
Eats doggo, says Jumbobo. I want to say 4. There was the pistol round
yeah,
previous, the other pistol round. Someone definitely got an ace on CT side. That may have been doggo again. Just if I have to guess who's getting lots of kills, I'm just going to assume it's doggo. And then Spinach now.
Yeah, damn.
Looking away just at a bad time to catch the doggo, who is now running right through him. 0 respect, and he will take Anik down for the first kill of the round.
There's no end to the aggression from big old doggo. That's maybe the CT side, but it's not going to stop him. Important frag, to be honest, for TUD to get in this round as well. And if Jambobo decides to peek there, unfortunately big old doggo will run back. That surely would have been the frag going his way as well. The bomb, however, is left outside of the B bomb site. That smoke on A might just draw some players over to A for TUD. However, no movement as of yet.
Fortunate situation for UCD is they haven't been playing as contact heavy as TUD have, and being a player down, TUD have enough players to really play these middle positions, BPRG and Doggo, both in mid and watching A and B site. You know, unless something really big or the bomb is spotted or some players start running out, it's going to take a bit more to fake these players out of their positions and cause a rotate.
As you were saying, that the bomb is rotating now to A. Smoke from Jumbobo will be for the market on B site as Frano is going to throw a smoke onto A alongside his teammate. That's the jungle and stairs smoke. There is a big gap, however, in the jungle smoke, and that'll allow big old doggo, the man with the plan. 3 frags all going his way. Damn. Nothing can stop him. Oh, and the BM in chat. Oh, you love to see it.
Well, you know,
I mean,
if you really want to, guys, we can do this 1v1 Deagle off. I mean, I really want to see this. Anyway, jokes aside, it's 7-11 in favor of TUD. And by the look of it, some very interesting plays. Lovesy getting into Palace. He's with Frano. Frano take a shot and miss, and he will, but he won't miss the second. Crisp Deagle. It's a FAMAS in the hands of the saving UCD team.
There's something about the sound of a nice Deagle headshot, you know? Just makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Will there be any more in this round, though, is the question. Complex, Jambobo, and Spinach all on the Deagles. Big old doggo has an AK, which also has a fairly crisp sounding headshot whenever you do get it. BPRG will get one with the M4. Catching off Spinach there. There's one of the Deagles falling down. Big old doggo, we can see he's getting a little bit itchy there. He wants to push somewhere, but he's not being able to. Like, here's that. Glock from Anik will catch the frag onto BPRG, and that allows big old doggo to finally get his kick. As I say, that lovely headshot from Jambobo on a second. Complex as well. A Deagle onto the rotator there from B. If Jambobo had died there, you really would have thought Complex is maybe in a bit of a baiting position, but it has worked out for them in this round. And the Deagles will be the ones to do it. Big old doggo now in the AWP. I haven't seen this yet from him. This could be a big one. Not opting to go for the mid peak either. He's going to take it all the way to A. Maybe trying to cross and get this one on ramp. Nobody's going to be peeking for him.
Now, as much as I like watching Big Old Doggo do crazy stuff, Lovesy's Nova. I love it when people take shotguns because it's either amazing, see the Mag 7 play from a couple weeks ago, or it could go very, very badly. And I want to see this happen. I would prefer to see it
Oh
happen
my God.
before Sammy flanks the T team, but
Just
here we
look
go.
at this. Look at the map
He's full
control.
flashed. He's full flashed. You can't
Ah.
see him. Jambobo will take him down immediately through. Thanks to that flashbang.
Back to big old doggo.
Doggo.
Doggo cam. No scoping furiously through the smoke. Won't catch anything. He realizes though his arch nemesis Jambobo is in that sort of area. Gets that frag, but Jambobo catches him from the grave. Sammy now coming in on the flank. They're not aware of it, but Spinach gets behind triple in time. Walks into the crosshairs there of Leescase. 2 versus 3 retake. Make it a 3 versus 1. My apologies. Anik, aka Nhad, gets one. Smoke and the defuse is happening, and BPRG will hold the angle. 12-8 now for TUD, and a much stronger performance there from him.
UCD, yeah, 8-12, closing the gap every round they can. And Bobo knowing his role in the game now. I gotta love how I gotta go back and look at how many shots Old Doggo missed on Jambobo solely because Jambobo wasn't in the position yet. He fired at that bench at least twice.
Yeah, exactly. If you're big old doggo there, you probably would be mauling like, but it's unlucky. It's unlucky.
Although big old dog goes right back at it, he'll take down Spinach. Although Complex will be there to actually trade him out. There you go. That's the power of trades right there. You don't need to win every aim duel if you've got 2 guys peeking their 1 guy.
Yeah, that the old law of trades there, you know. If you got 2 people and they've only got 1, you're more than likely going to win it. So it is the trade, however, and just a 1-for-1 here. But the map control, look at this. Sammy again. He's pushed up into T-spawn sometimes. Now he's pushing into B apps, and he will give this call that it is going to be the meat grinder here in apps, but seems to be a little bit clogged. BPRG only good for 1 there, as is his teammate, and that is now a 2 versus 2 retake here for the TUD boys. Frano's barrel not spotted out there by Sammy, and the Molotov will push him back for a little bit. I don't think it's deep enough for it to just reach over in the last few seconds, and he will be able to aggress just now. Lofty as well. Oh, the mid timing.
Not a good time to fire your grenade. Sammy
now.
finding the first of the last 2. Complex here to hold the defuse, and he will take Sammy down. In the post plant. These games are getting very close.
Yeah, this is getting tight. Just like the previous game. Will this be going to joint double digits, maybe even potential overtime? Who knows? Money not looking good at all now for TUD, but the Eagles, I wouldn't count them out of this round. Full AKs here for UCD.
You say that though.
Yeah.
You say that though. UCD aren't like they've got full AKs and everything, but this is a tight round. If they lose this round, this could be very, very bad.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to be sort of any aggression just from UCD yet. Maybe they're playing a little bit more passive, knowing the economy of TUD. Big old Doggo as well, not using his lack of any utility or needs to push. He's just going to actually play more passive, which is unlike him. I say that as he walks into the crosshair there of Spinach. Big old Doggo out of another round. Nice headshot from Jambobo as well.
And Jambobo picking up a nice clean one over there. Opening up the A side, as now it's just BPRG to try and hold off. He won't be able to land the shot. Sammy,
Sammy.
It'll take a while, but he will drop Anik, which that's an important kill. Probably. Hey. And it's Jambobo being the thorn in the side of the defending team, getting Leeskis. And BPRG at the last remaining player will find 1, but unfortunately will walk right into Complex. As we are now at 10-2. TUD are still ahead, but they had a lead of 5 rounds a while ago, and we're down to 2.
Yeah, this is it's getting tighter maybe than TUD would like it. We're gonna have to do something. I've just noticed there hasn't been many AWPs coming out in this half.
The economies have been so close that I have a feeling just no one can afford them anymore.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, that you'd expect. I mean, even double up on Mirage isn't entirely unusual. Send 1 to A, probably, or send 1 to B, send 1 to mid, and then they play A as well. Usual to see absolutely none. Sammy sneaking right up mid will find the first kill onto Spinach. Fortunately, the bomb wasn't dropped there. Frano had it and brought it into Palace with him, but they were seconds away from disaster had Frano remembered to drop the bomb in the usual spot.
There you have it. Bombs left as well, just outside Palace, and Alec's going to leave it there. Interesting.
Probably so Jumbobo can grab it later, which makes me think that this is going to be a nice B, a bit of a late B attack. Although there seems to be a bit of mixed signals at the moment.
Yeah, it's a bit of a jaunt out of the way there for Jumbobo to pick it up, and it looks like Alec's just going to run back and get it. 44 seconds now remaining as the players seem to gear up for a B take. Frano gonna throw one of the arch smokes. I wonder who will be the one to join him there, or are they just gonna go for the one and hope for the best? Jumbobo with the smoke for market. Frano throws his smoke, Jumbobo to follow. No smoke in that second arch, but won't seem to matter anyway. Both players bench and side. Frano to get that frag.
Frano.
And Sammy to fall as well. Looking better here from UCD.
Jumbobo will find another onto the doggo. The dog tamer is at it again. Frano will back him up and take down Leeski's, leaving just Lovesy left to try and get this bomb defused. Although this grenade could go... Oh, not a smoke grenade. Never mind. Still, in the 3v1, Lovesy's got some big shoes to fill. He'll put plenty of damage onto Anik, but on 1 HP, Anik will find the headshot and secure the round. The round lead is closing. The round lead is closing.
Yeah, it's what I would describe as a Monka-esque kind of moment here, you know? Just, it's kind of a too tight here, lads. Come on, close it out. Will this be the overtime game that we were teasing that overpass not to get it? Looks like ECD are crawling it back and they're winning the aim duels. Another eco-deco kind of buy here for TUD will probably tie it up. Less of some absolute magic from TUD. And the bomb's in T-spawn still, so they haven't committed to anything just yet, which is probably the wise decision here. However, we can see Anik might just want to start gearing out to get some peaks. If he gets caught off guard, that's an AK going at the hands of TUD, and it could start to turn the tide. So I'd want to play this round very carefully if I am UCD.
Actually, even TUD now. Bit more respect. They've lost a couple rounds. They need to maybe stop the messing. Much more passive play, much slower play. We're a minute left into the round, and barely a noise has been made by either team, except Doggo, who's been jumping at window for the entire round. But I mean, no one's come near window. No one wants to take that aim deal with anybody at the moment. No, probably about 35 seconds left in the round. Smokes are out. Looking like it's going to be a B take. And it will indeed be. Spinach to open up. Find anyone in bench or van. First kill goes to Spinach, which will be Leeski's. Complex will find big old Doggo. Complex finding another in BPRG, and as the bomb goes down, it's just Sammy and Lovesy to try and take this back. Although against these fully bought T-side players, it's going to be very difficult. Complex will find Lovesy, and it's just Sammy with the deagle. Can't hit that one dig. And with that, UCD has tied up the score from a runaway TUD success. We are at 12-12 in the second half of the second map.
Oh dearie me, this could be it. We're getting too close here. On to the tie. Both teams with rifles as well. This is the round that could potentially tell you who's going to win this game outright.
The feeling this round will more tell us how badly TUD is about to feel the next few rounds, as UCD definitely have enough money to survive. Brano's on 8k, Jumbobo's on 8.5k. It's just TUD with 2 players on $0. This is it. They need to win this round or they're not going to have any gear for the next few rounds and potentially the match point of the series.
Just looking at Complex here, I'm not entirely sure. I think this may be a deep short smoke. Yes, it's going to be the deep short smoke, as BPRG pushing into Palace will be watched here, and that might just give it away to TUD that this isn't going to be a B take. Big old Doggo getting that frag onto B. However, Jambu just pushing out, catching Leeski's off guard, but he can't get the frag. Lovesy is the same as well. Now it's just down to Complex. The one to sell the fake didn't do too good of a job of it, and they're looking for a refund now, it seems. 77 HP, 5 HP on 2 of the TUD players, and Lovesy 40 HP.
Other low players in TUD side, these refrag opportunities are going to be what's needed. Will he? Well, so the real question is, will he check Leeski's? Will he check the bottom of stairs?
Oh, he does. He does.
We'd want to. Oh, he saw the kit bag. He saw the kit bag. He knows. First kill for Complex. He's got 2 more to go. Big old Doggo peeking from CT. He won't see it just in time. Big old Doggo with the 5 HP to take down Complex. Oh no.
30 bomb, let's go. 10 more frags.
Oh
10
no.
more frags.
he's on 30, although Complex is not far behind, but Complex is on 24. They don't want to let him get away. Oh, really, Jambobo, come on. You got to get the dog back in the pen. You got to get control over this dog.
We need some dog maintenance here. Put him in the dog pound or something like that, you know? I'm trying to think of dog related jokes.
Didn't see many peaks down mid. And Anik, not really up to taking
No
the
AWP
exchange.
again as well. The money's just not good enough on either side.
This flashbang from Lacey's could have led to something interesting, but it doesn't look like he's going to actually capitalize on it and go for a peek. Meanwhile, UCD waiting, hoping someone overextends just enough. Sammy is in a beautiful position to try find Complex and Spinach as soon as they come out, although I have a feeling the angle might be in Complex's favor. All rests on who can find the first frag.
What about Frano here in Palace? He might just want to have a quick swing, and Leeskies might catch him off guard. It's all just based on the timings here. No sound has been made in maybe the past 20 seconds.
As
Pure
always,
silence.
except for Doggo, who's doing the jump. He's doing the jump he could be, but you know, we don't expect much. Sammy, that Molotov is going to force BPRG out of position, and Sammy, that's a bad time to be holding a grenade. Sammy, Anik and Spinach are going to open up the A side. Lovesy having to hold off from all of these T's. He's in an unfortunate position. He's going to hit most of his shots into that barrel. Big ol' Doggo will actually miss and take down Complex instead. Pardon, that was BPRG missing. Trying to spray. He will land a couple hits through the box and hit the planter, but it's a good headshot. It's a good takedown on Anik. It's just Doggo to find these last 2 frags. He's aware that someone could be in CT. He sees the player running away. Sandwich.
The dog wins these. The smoke on the bomb as well might just draw one of the players out. Unfortunately, the ramp player that we know Big Ol' Doggo was watching isn't going to be visible just yet, but that play around the smoke will just be enough.
He
realizes
Jambobo. He can do this.
Tamer, no!
The spray was off by centimeters.
Oh, no. And the fourth
Big Ol' Doggo will find him in the end.
Oh my god. This is it.
Stop this man.
Oh my
Stop this dog. Jambobo, you had one job.
Couldn't put the leash on him quick enough there. Big Ol' Doggo allowed to run out of the house, maybe into the street. They're calling after him, and he puts it in the chat. He's really getting into Jambobo's head now. BM.
Spinach is right. Spinach is right. A little bit of BM. Yeah, sometimes you hate to see it, but sometimes you love to see it. And honestly, at this point, I expect Jambobo and Big Ol' Doggo to be staring at each other's scoreboard. Spinach will intervene though and shut the dog up for the round. Sammy. Well, at least Keys will find one, and Sammy will find another on Jambobo. Find a second onto Frano. Ooh. And a 2v3. Very quick exchange. Spinach's grenade will take Sammy out. That's saving them the flank. They only have to worry about the shop front now. Complex will put a bit of damage on the Lovesy. That grenade, not doing enough, really. Lovesy will find Spinach. Complex will find Lovesy, and then spray control Geese down on 4 HP. He's keeping that score.
Complex is really coming for the top spot there, being held by Big Ol' Doggo. Wasn't able to get a single frag there on the B side. The man you'd think to hold it down wasn't able to do so, and as a result, that's round number 13 now here for UCD. And look at the economy here for TUD. SMG City.
Oh, this could be a very interesting round depending on how aggressive people play. Although I have to say, TUD have been relaxing a bit. They may be aiming to play a bit of a post-plant situation here, although I'm wondering if UCD are aware of the lack of firepower on the TUD side. Well, you mentioned economy. This round is going to break UCD if they lose it as well. So this, another round where really this is all to play for.
Yeah, I would be scared if you're either
Lovesy,
team here,
first
especially
kill on
if
the
you're going to lose that.
Franco. You don't need that. You've probably given an AK to the CT side if he goes for it now. Who is that? Spinach is sitting on Tetris. He's aware Lovesy is around. And he's probably scared for his life. He's looking at Dark. He's not aware Lovesy's up at the ladder. DPRG, however, is interested in checking the spot.
Leeskies.
The setup, it's looking like a setup for B. That grenade destined for Lovesy will take him down to 52. That's a red. Spinach will find Lovesy nice and quick. He'll spray them BPRG.
Two massive entries there for Spinach. However, look at that damage there from the nades.
The damage from Leeskies onto Jambobo, but he can't get the kill. Jambobo will put the leash back on the dog, and he's looking for another one. Sammy on his own to hold out against the last three players. They're so low. They're so low.
This is so doable for Sammy here. It's all about the timing. Isolating the aim jules. I don't even know if he realizes how low they are. He's going to go for the AK anyway.
Not gonna lie, you probably be better sort of sitting with the UMP just for the run and gun potential. Oh,
he doesn't even check it. Oh dear.
Finish up in. Who was that? The Lovesy's old position on top of Dark, at the ladder on top of Dark. We're 14-14. Once again, TUD led from 5 rounds a while ago, and we're now tied up and about to hit match point. And TUD have just been forced onto an eco. A bit of indecision.
Yeah, maybe they were thinking about playing for overtime here, but they will force into this.
They're probably wondering if they need to buy now or if they can force up to next round. And really, if you're UCD, you probably should be thinking they've forced up. I mean, they brought all SMGs to the last round. Passive play, if there's one thing TUD have against them, is that sometimes these swings can go badly, and big old doggo is about to find out what passive plays can do as Spinach neatly takes him down with an AK headshot.
Talking about Jambobo, the one to put big old doggo in his place, but Spinach has really stepped up in these few rounds, getting those entries, falling back when needed as well, and he's really made all the difference here. Anak does make a jump there on bench, but he will just fake another jump, so that will sort of delay Leeskies and make him think that somebody has jumped into window. As I say that, he falls back as Lovesy will just spot the shoulder of Frano. However, Jambobo on Tetris won't get the frag. It is Frano on to Lovesy there, as we can see BPRG P90 in hand. Alex so low, won't get that frag. 3 HP brings him down to, and this is looking like it is going to be match point for UCD here. There we go. Complex and Jambobo. One more round, and look at that money. Oh dear. TUD.
If they were on CT, if they were on T side, we'd be saying it might be doable. But they're not on T side. So this is gonna be rough.
Stranger things have happened, but...
Alright, BPRG, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Put that negative down.
Oh, you know what? I love that. I rate that so much. But where is he playing? Oh,
going to middle, and this could go so well if he was on B site. Look at all that they're stacked up there. They're about to do a nice contact play onto B. That's where you need the negative. You need it spraying things down. You can't have it in middle.
Smoke would be so ideal. I kind of understand the rationale of middle. It is quite decent first bullet accuracy. However, no point having it in mid if they're just going to send it through B here. The classic B rush. Look where Sammy is here, in and around the smoke. They're not going to check it. This is so huge. Sammy, 2 fry, can't get a 30. Does Spinach to fall as well. Spinach, sorry, catching off Sammy there. BPRG now with the negative, doing big work. This to bring it to overtime. It is going to be overtime. Well, we thought it was impossible, and
here we are.
Have shown us otherwise. Damn.
Sammy, the patience to see. I love seeing players in that position, and the patience to let the player go and just trust that he will not check. Managing to walk away with 3K, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that was the those were the frags to really turn the round around, and it was a FAMAS, so decent weapon to have in that range. you know, very close to an M4 in its abilities there. So very well played there to Sammy for making that decision to push up onto B apps, and maybe the fact that there were still 2 people on B side also helped as we go into the first map, or the first round, I should say, of overtime. Finally, an AWP, 2 AWPs, Sammy and Lufsy both opting for it. Lufsy to play in CT as Sammy is playing in window, but nobody will be facing him just yet.
Bro, I don't know where I am anymore. It's the first overtime in the Ice Winter Championship.
Oh, monumentous occasion, guys. As we see, it's just going to be a smoke execute onto the A side. And look, 4 players already on the CT side are out. Lufsy here tagging through the smoke, but it's Big Old Doggo. 1, 2, 3. Can he get the 4? He does 4. As well.
All right, Big Old Doggo. All right.
Is number 5? Surely not.
I think Sammy might nick this one now. Spinach coming up through connector. The last thing I think is that Doggo will get a chance to see him and Sammy will take him down.
Well, he's not on 40 just yet, but 39 and 21, Big Old Doggo's really bumping up those stats.
He's about to hit 40. He's on 39 now. I mean, even for got 30 plus 1 rounds, 39 kills. That's getting scary.
Yeah, that is it's crazy. And no AWP now for UCD. Not that they had one in the previous round. They're just sending it out mid. As Sammy with that up in window, not able to get anything done just yet. And
here to trade it down. He'll get 2. Put a lot of damage onto Complex and Frano, but he won't be able to get more than 2. Sammy, he'll hit Complex through a wall. Lovely damage.
Oh, close.
But at 1 HP, he's got an AK. He isn't out just yet. Jambaba will find Lovesy. The bomb juggling. Oh, no, he wanted to give you the bomb. He didn't want your AK. Load down. UCD. The contact play has gone well. They do have more players, but they're hurt, and especially Complex down to only 1 HP. He probably wants to find Sammy before anything else happens. Have the bomb on short.
Yeah, 50 seconds left. Still plenty of time to play with here, and Jambobo's kind of stuck here, hoping to catch somebody off guard. Fortunately, he's not going to have anyone facing him just yet, and that flash on the short will maybe draw the attention of the UCD players onto A. Smoke coming down.
Going to move on to A, and Sammy's not going to be checking. Frano will come through connector and take him down. It's just BPRG. He's about to walk into the op of Jambobo. Or the AK of Complex. It depends whether he goes through the vent.
Well, it was kind of looking dicey there, I must say, for UCD. They waited so much time, and unfortunate in their timings. Complex does survive in 1 HP as well. So, able to clean that one up, thankfully. Tying it up again, 16-16, and economically not really that big of a difference. Both teams can buy into it. And finally, an AWP on the T side. I think this may be the first time that we've actually seen it here. And it's on Jambobo, no less. Maybe he can stop Big Old Doggo from gaining on his 40-plus bomb here.
Like it's gonna be Jambobo versus BPRG.
So close.
Sprays are so close. These impacts on the wall. They don't know it yet, but Big Ol' Doggo and Jambobo are trying to kill each other once again.
What else would you expect, you know? Wherever Big Ol' Doggo is, Jambobo's not too far behind. Jambobo did really good work with that AWP against Big Ol' Doggo when they were on the T side, so maybe he's trying to do the same on the CT side. Big Ol' Doggo won't be running into his crosshair anytime soon, though.
This jump to window could be very dangerous when he gets up there. Spinach is right below him and he doesn't know. Big Ol' Doggo first kill of the round onto Spinach.
That is kind of unlucky, actually, that there weren't any sort of hops. It was just the silent sort of failed jump there, and as a result he was able to get those frags. Big Ol' Doggo as well, tagging Frano down to 59 HP, not before TD BPRG gets that frag, as Jambobo will finally take down Big Ol' Doggo with that up.
Naturally, Leeskis, however, is about to avenge the death of his friend. Lovesy will find Frano. Leeski's onto Jumbobo, and while Anik will be able to get Lovesy back, Sammy from Shop will close out this half of our first overtime bout. 42 frags on Big Ol' Doggo. I don't mean to turn this entire series into, oh my god, Big Ol' Doggo, but oh my god, Big Ol' Doggo.
Yeah, it's what can you say? That we're going on to his preferred side, I would say as well. You know, he got so many frags. I think it was 23 frags. It was in the 20s in the first half. I'm really looking forward to just seeing him send it out mid.
Yeah,
maybe send it out A. Yeah, he's been doing a load of A takes actually by himself.
Yeah, the T side was where they had the 10-15 lead, you know, so, or not 10-15, 10-5 lead, so if it's a side that they're going to do well on, it is going to be this. And of course, Big Ol' Doggo is just, you know, over in A by himself, you know, why not? Send the rest of the team over to B and see what they do.
Again, more of these quiet rounds coming out from both sides here. We haven't seen too many rushes as the days of yore. Big Ol' Doggo's maybe holding back his energy for the long con.
Made a little bit of damage onto Lovesy, but 97 HP is not going to make that much of a difference, or at least it shouldn't. Ability being burned up, just trying to slow down a B push as we enter the last minute of the round. Just Sammy. Oh no. I see Big Ol' Doggo's moving. But it's Jambobo. There couldn't be a more perfect match.
This is it. And Complex is holding that angle as well with the AWP. I think he might be... Oh, the move from Complex. Timing is so unfortunate. But Jambobo holds the angle and he gets the frag. First frag of this round. 30 seconds remaining. Sammy to trade out there with the AWPs. The one to enter onto the site. But look where the bomb is through connector. BPRG has no fear. Anik, however, will shut him down. Unfortunate on the repeat not to get a frag there onto Sammy. However, time is just so far gone.
Seconds. And Spinach is in CT. The rounds will, a few rounds will connect. We won't be able to get the damage in, and he's now facing with 2 CTs. He'll be able to get a good bit of damage onto Anik, but he won't be able to find both of them, or one of them even, as Leeski's is the last remaining T. Another round on the board. He'll put a bit of damage into Spinach, but he won't be able to find the kill. And UCD have once again tied up the score.
Well, we're not going anywhere just yet, it seems.
Well, here we go. 17-17. Second last round of the first overtime.
Here we go. What's going to happen? What are we going to see here? Full send A execute, it seems. This is the old Big Ol' Doggo that we love to see. But he's throwing a smoke here in stairs, so he's going to take it a little bit more slowly here. But there's the smoke. Here comes the flashes. Big Ol' Doggo's ready. He's had his first meal of the day. He's looking good here. Big Ol' Doggo now running out, AK in hand.
He's gonna check firebox.
Oh, not going his way though. And it's Anik this time. Put Big Ol' Doggo down.
That Molotov is gonna be bad. He'll get the bomb down and escape just in time, BPRG will. Oh, in a 4v2, this is not looking good for the TUD squad. He'll take a swing and Spinach is there to shut him right down. Sammy will take an op shot to the leg or through the wall. Either way, he's very low, and the spray from Frano will eventually run true. And UCD will take the lead in the overtime.
This is it. Will we see the end of this game, or will it go to OT number 2? Big Ol' Doggo's gonna have to pull something out of it.
I said Big Ol' Doggo, but of course Sammy, Leeski's, BPRG, and Lovesy can also bring up what Doggo may leave behind, and at times this is starting to turn into what's needed as UCD are just picking out Big Ol' Doggo so quickly. He's not able to make these massive impact plays that we've known him to do. Oh no. Sit tight, my friends. It's time for a good old rush. BPRG has a P90. He got hit with his friend.
This is it.
Spinach
I think
will
we should
find
just
him.
let this play out.
Finish the first. Big old doggo to Spinach. Anik will burn. Yeah, Anik will burn big old doggo. Ooh, that's not what you need. Poor Sammy's on his own, and they're just lobbing grenades at him. Victory is close. Blood is in the water, and they know CTs will win 19-17.
What can you say?
It need no dog.
What?
Extremely well played from UCD, recovering from that 5-round disadvantage into overtime and winning on the very, very last round to close out our series with 2 maps to UCD.
Yeah, great. In the end, team play wins out over the individual plays from Big Old Doggo. Of course, his teammates in TUD also putting up big numbers. However, in the end, not enough, and that will be both games going the way of UCD after 2 very hard-fought games. And I think that's yeah, like what more can you say? it was a tight one, and yeah,
There isn't. With that said, any last words other than, oh my god, big old doggo?
well, I think that might just put UCDC right above TUD now in the standings. So the battle has been won, but who will win the war?
Exactly. Now, well played to everyone involved as we quickly transition, have a look at what's to come this week. The games haven't been decided yet, so keep your eyes on the ICE feeds. Tomorrow, Thursday, we will have League of Legends for all of you MOBA fans out there. Friday, you'll very likely be with me and Ro again for Rainbow Six Siege. And next week, of course, we'll start it all over again with Valorant on Monday, Rocket League on Tuesday, and back here for some Counter-Strike on Wednesday. It's a good game. If you're interested in how the scores have been shaking up, check our Battlefy under Irish Collegiate Esports. We're getting very close to the end of the groups bracket, guys. It's just next week, and then the final knockouts are gonna start rolling in. And as we said, it was an important game. With UCD sitting on 6 points, these 2 wins are gonna knock them up above TUD CSGO. So it's all to play for in the B bracket, and in the A bracket, of course, we have TUDA. And honestly, I'd be terrified to play against them. But look, someone has to do it, and maybe they can be dethroned at the end of this season. So stay tuned. We will see you again tomorrow and next week. I have been Nasperod. This has been Ro. And we wish you a good night. Stay safe. And we'll see you again next time.
See ya.
I'm honest. It's boring. 1,000,000 demons surrounding me. Picking a fight. It's toxic. You were the best.